Hi everyone, my name is Charnae and I'm a mascara artist. I'm a mama to 5 babies. My oldest is 7 and I'm a middle school math teacher and a wife to the sweetest guy in the world. And I'm here today to just share with you my mascara journey. I'm gonna just start at the beginning and go from there. If you guys have questions, you can pop them on. I probably won't answer them during the live just because I can feel myself already getting nervous. So I will come back through though and I'll comment and reply to you there. Okay, so my mascara journey. I signed up to be an artist in June of 2018. So 2 years ago this month. And I signed up initially for the discount because I was like, starting to load my cart and I was like, this is gonna be a lot of money because I'm one of those like, I want it all, you know? You see all the pretty eyeshadows and all the lip and cheeks, so you start loading the cart. And I was like, you know what? I can get one of those artist kits and get like all the colors for super cheap. So I signed up and did it that way. Which I don't recommend that, you guys. Really, the discount as an artist is not all that great. Just keep supporting your girl. So then I used the makeup and 2 days later I was like, oh my gosh, I really want to be an artist. Like, this stuff's amazing. You know, when you use it and you're like, the first time, you just can't believe that this is like real, right? Everything in one compact, everything's amazing. Your face looks delicious. So after using it for 2 days, I was like, okay, I really do want to be an artist. But that was like July-ish and I was due with baby number 5. In 5 years, due with baby number 5 in a month. So I just started to make up these excuses in my head. And I started to really just live in this fear. And so for like 6 months, I just talked really bad to myself. Like, why would you want to join an MLM, like, and actually put it out there? People will think that you're dumb. Like, you're a teacher. Why would you do that? You coach, you have 5 babies, like, you do not have time for this, you know, and I just said all these not nice things in my head, all these fears and excuses and just that self-doubt. And there's a quote that says, the fears we don't face become our limits. And I was totally putting limits on myself. So then, you know, we're at Christmas break, okay? It's been about 5.5 months since I signed up to be an artist and since I said, yeah, I do want to be an artist. And I'm at home over Christmas break and just bawling just because my maternity leave is going to end with Winnie and I wanted to stay home. Like, I love teaching. It is a passion of mine for sure. But leaving, you know, a 12-week-old baby, like, that's hard, right? And so I was just really sad to do that and just devastated about leaving my baby. And then my other babies were still little and being watched by others, and a couple were in preschool. So it was just like all these like littles that I made, like, I was sad I wasn't going to be home with them. So I am watching We Bought a Zoo, which is one of my favorite movies ever. And, you know, that's an emotional movie. I think if you're watching me for the first time, you're catching on pretty quick that I'm an emotional person. And if you are, I see a lot of my people on here, like my customers and my artist sisters and everyone on here. And so you guys already know that I'm an emotional person. So anyways, I just found myself watching this movie and also just feeling all these like big feelings. Like, wow, my maternity leave is ending. I'm so exhausted. Like, I felt so tired all the time. 5 babies in 5 years. I was pretty overweight, you know, 60 pounds overweight. I was like, why isn't all this baby weight coming off? Like, I'm breastfeeding, what the heck, you know? But all these like negative self feelings and like no energy and just feeling pretty bad about myself. And then in the background thinking, God, I really wish I would just do that artist program. Like, I really wish that I just would do it, but just, I don't know how to do makeup, right? I'm a teacher. I never took a single business class in my life, right? You guys, I still don't know how to put on fake eyelashes. These are my real ones. I tried for like 20 minutes today to put on some eyelashes for y'all. Didn't work out. Didn't work out. Okay, so there are things that like I just kept saying not nice things to myself. And then watching We Bought a Zoo, Benjamin Mee gets on there and he tells his son, and I'm gonna quote it exactly because it's huge. He goes, you know, sometimes all you need is 20 seconds of insane courage, just literally 20 seconds of embarrassing bravery, and I promise you something great will come out of it. And I felt like, oh my gosh, Benjamin Mee is not talking to his son, he's talking to me. Like, come on, Nene, you can do this. Get out of that self-doubt, because self-doubt kills more dreams, more plans, more things than failure ever does, right? That negative self-talk. So then it wasn't 20 seconds, it was more like 3 days, but I called a health coach and made like a nutrition plan for myself. I set up a VIP group in Facebook and decided to have a launch party. So here I am, close to end of January. My maternity leave is ending in like 2 weeks, and I decide I'm gonna launch a business. My husband was a little bit like, I'm not really sure why you're doing it right now at this time, but I think he could also see like she needs something right now. She needs something that is for her, and he could see also how excited I was about it, and that excitement and that happiness, that joy it was bringing me, and how that just kind of the ripple effect of that and how that spreads to others. So I wouldn't say I got over the fear, 100% did not get over the fear. And legitimate for the first like 10 lives I did, I had hives like coming up my neck. And I actually did a live in this group last December, and there were hives coming up. So the fear I don't think ever really goes away, but working through it is so empowering and it's awesome. So I worked through the fear and I launched this business, and that's what's amazing about Maskcara is that this business can be whatever you want it to be, right? $199 to start a business, and it can be, you want it to be a full-time job, do it. You want it to be a little side hustle, do it. You want it to just be enough so that you can get your makeup for free, do it. I decided with how I was feeling about maternity leave, like I wanted this to be a significant source of income for me and my family. So I made it a priority and I dedicated time every day to work at it. And when I went back to full-time teaching, that time was dedicated normally super late at night. And if you are a customer of mine, you know, I apologize for those like midnight messages like, hey, here's your color match, do-do-do-do. It's just, that's the time that I had, you know, because I didn't want it to take away from the time I had with my kids. So started this business, not ever taking a business class, and while I was a full-time teacher, but I just stayed consistent with it, and that consistency turned into growth, right? I started to be able to have more online parties for people. My customer base started to grow. Eventually my team started to grow. That consistency, no matter how little it might have been, or how big it could be, that equated to growth. And pretty soon my Maskcara, which was awesome because you get paid 5 times a month. And for those of you that, I don't know other jobs other than teacher because that's all I've known in my life, but we get paid like once a month. When you have a family of 7, that is super hard to like Lord, we tried. We really tried to budget, but having a paycheck from Maskcara 5 times a month was like, oh, loved it, right? It was a game changer. And we would get paid on Friday. Then I would take my Maskcara card to the grocery store over the weekend, and my Maskcara card would pay for all of our groceries. So it started to be, you know, our grocery funds. And then pretty soon it grew into, oh my goodness, this is our mortgage, into our biggest bill of every month, our childcare, right? Our preschool and not preschool, also people watching my little nuggets, right? That are still waddling around in diapers. So it started to cover so much. So it was really rewarding financially, but it was also really rewarding in so many other ways. Intrinsically, like it lit a spark in me and it restored my confidence, and it, like, my mental health and my emotional health and like my physical health, everything just started like this upswing, and it just started to soar. And then I could see, you know, it doing the same thing in my customers, and I could see it doing it in my teammates, my upline, my downline, like in all my mascara sisters. I just saw how this is like an intrinsic kind of business. Like, I know that that sounds silly because, right, it's makeup, which is our exterior, but it is incredible what it does to you on the inside. And when you see like all that good stuff happening to people around you and people that you love and that you've met and built these relationships with, that's like irreplaceable. That is something that feeds your soul, you know? And so mascara started to just like feed my soul in so many ways. And I started to have like these dear friends of mine who I met like 2 years ago, which is insane, you know? Or these people that I casually knew, you know, and then they decide to try mascara, and all of a sudden we're like texting late at night to each other, like we're friends. And it's just this amazing journey that has just spread so much love and joy to people, and it's so beyond just an exterior thing. So obviously, like, I knew people, that's a passion of mine. People are a passion of mine. I'm a teacher, come on. Obviously people are a passion of mine. And I have this quote that's been up in my classroom from my very first classroom 12 years ago to, I have it hanging in my bedroom. I'm going to read it. It's Maya Angelou. And it says, "I've learned that whenever I decide something with an open heart, I usually make the right decision. I've learned that even when I have pains, I don't have to be one. I've learned that every day you should reach out and touch someone. People love a warm hug or just a friendly pat on the back. I've learned that I still have a lot to learn. I've learned that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel." And mascara, you guys, it encompasses all of that. I have been able to reach out and touch so many people through this journey. Not physically a warm hug or pat on the back. I mean, we've done some in-home, and that's been incredible, and like cried together. But virtually, it feels so good also to reach out and connect with people. So it was really scary at first. Like I said, I had hives all the time, super nervous. I mean, even right now, even though I've been doing this a year and a half, getting on here and talking, like, there's a reason I'm not wearing a tight shirt where you could see like my pit stains. Okay, it's nice and loose. So you can't see how, like, this is a little nerve-wracking, okay? But Teddy Roosevelt said in The Man in the Arena, he said, you know, talked about daring greatly, and that even if you fail, at least you failed, like, trying, right? You aren't like, he says, those weak and timid, or cold and timid souls, you know, who don't know victory nor defeat, right? You don't try, you don't know. So I feel like putting yourself out there, you might surprise yourself. You will surprise yourself, okay? And you will get little victories and you'll get big victories. Mascara has been a huge victory for me. Like I talked about intrinsically how, and that's something that you can't replace, how it moves your heart and moves your soul. But it has been huge for me financially. You know, when I talked about how that was kind of a really dark time for me after 5 babies to have to go back to work when I had 4. I had 4 that were still like not in school. They were like preschool and being watched by someone else. And I just felt like I should be there. But financially couldn't, you know? And it worked from my grocery bill to covering that to mortgage to childcare. And then it was like, why am I paying for this? Like now I can do this and I can cover all these things and I can be home. So, letting my fear decide my fate for so long really held me back from something beautiful and life-changing. And now I know that when Adam and I decide to have baby number 6, and if you guys are all, I mean, if you guys know me, you are not surprised that we're still talking about having more, right? There's a reason we have a 12-passenger van that we call Falcor. Our swagger wagon is filled with car seats. I'm not going to let my fear decide my fate anymore. And when Adam and I decide to have baby number 6 or baby number 7, I know that I can take more than 12 weeks off to be with my baby. I know that I have a financial support system that I can do from home. And then when my babies are school age and they're off learning and doing stuff at school, I can go back to teaching. And I know that that's okay. And I know that our future is going to be in good hands because I've built this business that can take care of that for me. And I'm not letting my fear decide my fate anymore. I can be home with my babies when that time comes, you know? So I just feel like if you're kind of on this like precipice of what do I do? You know, like I really love this product, but I don't know anything about it. You guys, I knew nothing about makeup. Okay? And I'm still learning. Anything that you see on me, I have learned from watching all these other mascara sisters. Okay? And this team right here, Team Jacob, has an incredible, if you're in here, your artist that you are a customer for is a part of Team Jacob. And Team Jacob has this incredible program called Mascara Girl Scouts, and it teaches you everything you need to know about the business. And unlike other direct sales companies, like we are a team, and we only succeed when you succeed. And there's not that competitive vibe. It is all about like empowering each other, and it is an incredible sisterhood. So I just want to encourage you guys to like look inside. See, I told you the hives. It's happening. It's happening. I just want to encourage you guys like to face your fears. I'm not saying overcome because that's hard stuff, but if you can work through it, that's like the bravest thing you can do, right? And if there's like a pull on your heart to jump in and to try this artist program or anything in your life right now that's kind of tugging at your heart, don't let fear decide your fate, okay? Don't let that self-doubt and fear set limits in your life. Because this mascara journey, if I didn't do it when I did it, my life would be drastically different, and I cannot give enough thanks to Kara and to Maskcara and to everyone who has been a part of this journey. You guys have all changed my life, and it's been amazing, and I can't wait to see what the future holds, right? A year and a half in, and I'm feeling blessed beyond measure. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a beautiful day, and yeah, don't let fear decide your fate.